Hi, I want to walk you through the onboard sequence. This is the second sequence in Chamber Sync, the first being Enjoin, which helps you capture leads. So when you capture your leads, you move them through the leads board and you move them over to joined, and yay, what happens next? What happens next is we've got to get them onboarded. We know that we need to get people onboarded in the first 90 days because we can't leave them to their own devices. We want them to say in the first 90 days that this was a good decision. I'm glad I did it. If they could say that in the first 90 days, then they are much more likely to renew. If you don't, we just don't know. So you're not going to get renewal number in year 3, 4, and 5 if you don't first get renewal in year 2, the first renewal. So I want to walk you through where you might find all of the content for the onboarding sequence. Here it's in our workflow list. To find the workflow list, we're on the left-hand column here. Go to Workflows, and you'll see Enjoin, Onboard, and Pulse. Onboard only has one item in that folder. So you open this workflow, and it's like a giant whiteboard is going to open up, and you can zoom in and zoom out. And if you've never seen marketing automation setups like this before, there is a trigger at the top. You can zoom in if you'd like, you can zoom out if you'd like. You can see the whole thing. We're going to do this at 100% here. And you can see we've got the builder here by default, and then we go to the settings, and you'll be able to also see what executions have been fulfilled on all these and who among your contacts have been enrolled in this particular workflow. Okay, so we are in the standard builder here, so I'm just going to walk you through the way this is set up. When you change in the membership pipeline, when you change any opportunity from any stage into the joined column, that triggers this automation. What happens instantly is it sets the chamber join date inside that contact. The join date serves as a reference for the rest of the contacts so that you know what days these will run off. Okay, so as soon as it sets the join date, it updates the opportunity. It waits 1 day or 24 hours, and within business hours, the next available workday, it will send the welcome email. Now, there's a code here that says E1 welcome D1 in this action name. That means this is email 1 on day 1. And as you look at the other emails, it will say this is email 2, business directory, day 4. That means there's a 3-day wait in there. So day 1, wait 3 days. Day 4, wait 3 days. Day 7, wait 7 days. Day 14, you get the idea. You can click on any of these steps. There are a total of 6 steps in this sequence, and over 45 days. Okay, so we come in here. These are set in the settings. We're not going to do that just yet here. So we're just going to show you where to go to change the actual email. So on day 1, they get an email that says welcome. We're going to edit this. This is going to open up in the same window here, right over the top. And so this is the welcome onboarding email. And this code right here, do not be intimidated by the double brackets here. This is code. This is pulling this information from somewhere else, and I'll show you where that's pulling in the after this stage here. So here's the first email, and again, anytime you see these double brackets, it's pulling content from somewhere else. Now you see this is the chamber name. So if you decide that you want to change this to your chamber name and give yourself complete control and confidence that this email is going out entirely like you want it to, you can change your name. But right out of the gate, this is ready to roll. Very, very few chambers make any changes to most of our emails. The one email that you've got to make a lot of changes to is email number 5, and we'll get there in a second. But this email also needs your welcome video. So we also are going to need for you to create that video, and you have access to the templates that we've created for you. So this is a this is a text block here. If you want this text block to go away, you would just hit the delete button on that. This entire text box would go away. This is the only place where this header actually lives in any of the email sequences. Okay, so the rest of this, you can see each of wherever you see these double brackets is going to be pulling content from somewhere else. And again, you can change it to, but in the event that there is a global change, we've got this set up so that when the membership staff person, if the name or the role of the staff person changes, that we can make global changes throughout the entire workflow and throughout the entire system of ChamberSync by changing this in a different place. And I'll show you where that is in just a moment. So really what we want you to focus on right now is just the text. Is it formatted the way you want? Is it worded the way that you want, etc. Okay, so this bold part right here is an example of the script that this is the simplified script that you can use to create your welcome video, and we'd like your chamber exec to make the video, and then so that you can link it here. When you do that, you can just delete that text and link and create a link to this video. Okay, so you would just create the link, and it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so I'm going to undo what I did there so that you can still have that. Okay, so you see what's happening here. I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to show you the next email. It's just like the first one. Just going to click right into here, the three buttons right here, and click on Edit Design. Now you can see we have not done any real formatting to this. This is not designed to look like a newsletter. It's designed to more like a love letter. We know that love letters get read more than newsletters do, and we want this to be read in order to take action. There's an action in each of these texts that gets them closer to the chamber. So there's 3 easy steps to get started in this email. Click this link. This is a link to the directory. Search for your business and verify your information. If you need to change anything, email our team. And again, so if you, this is going to a global email address set for the system to follow up. Okay, so you'll be able to test all of this once you've got it edited. Okay, so I'm going to skip through. I'm going to get to email number 5 because the rest are very similar. But email 5, this is one that needs a lot of your attention because most chambers tell us it takes about 30 minutes to edit this entire sequence. Okay, so it's really simple. But they also tell us, and this is by design, they spend all their time on number 5. Now we know it's easier to edit content than it is to create it from scratch. So we created this imagining all kinds of different recognition programs. This is the recognition email, get recognized, okay? And this is all the ways that we can get recognition through the chamber. It's awards, it's programs, it's things like leadership programs and nominating people. So this is where I want you to think about all the different awards that people can nominate for. But we want to plant the seed early in the membership. This is very important to plant the seed early, get them looking forward to, and also this will absolutely help you with nominations for your awards. It'll help you with applications for your leadership programs and all of the other programs that offer recognition. So if you want to include links to sponsorships in here, you can do that. Okay, so this is what you need to edit. So if you're like, hey, we don't have Young Professional of the Year, then just delete it. We don't have a Volunteer of the Year, just delete it. Okay, so we try to make it we know that it's easier to delete things than it is to write and create them. So we know that our chamber clients are just like delete, delete, delete. We don't have this. Our business of the year is called something else, employer of the year, or employer of the decade, or whatever you want to do here, right? So, but think about all your awards programs. Think about all the community and team recognition. Think about any of the things that require an application. These are always and sponsorship. So those are the three main areas that that we collect, that we offer recognition to different businesses. All right, I'm going to close that out and just show you the rest of the sequence here. This is the final email in this particular sequence. Email number 6 on day 45 is about referrals. It's about referrals, and this is part of your referral engine. We're also going to be creating this as a standalone automation so that you can run it on your own. You can manually trigger this whenever you'd like, but so this again, you can update that email however you would like. All right, so this is the builder part. I'm going to close that out, and again, you can zoom out and kind of see the whole sequence, or you can zoom in and get real close here. All right, I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to show you the settings. This is where um, we can edit globally where these emails come from. Okay, so this is where we would say the chamber, or your name, your proper name, the chamber, and maybe the emails are coming from membership at thechamber.org. Okay, but these are global settings here, but I also want to draw your attention to this email number 1. We have it coming from the chamber executive and not anyone else on the team. So part of what you can edit here is where these emails come from. We've tested this sequence has been tested from 2022 to 2025. For 3 years, it's been tested and refined. Part of our testing determined that the first email needs to come from the chamber executive, the executive director, or the CEO. So the first email actually comes from them. Okay, so that's what we have set up for this particular email. It comes from them. So we want you in the first email to actually have your executive director or CEO name here and their email address. Okay. Now these will override. And again, it says right here, it says, if fields are empty, the email will be sent using the default values. Okay. So this is an override here. So if you get this set up correctly, it'll come from your exec. It could also come from, it could come from the executive's name, but it could be a general email box. And I don't think that's preferred in our testing. Giving the actual email of the executive offers accountability and transparency and access. So we do understand that there are layers of access that you may want in your in your organization, but our testing has shown that this is the most effective way to offer a sincere welcome, is to have it come literally from the executive. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. I'm going to cancel out of these changes that I've made here. There will be an enrollment history. So this is where you will be able to find, once you have edited this and you've got these things rolling, you'll find all the different contacts that have been enrolled in this. And you can also search in here. And then if you want to see the specific individual executions of the emails, it would show that that contact Kyle Sexton was added to the sequence, and then another line would be, a more recent line would be, he received email number 1, and then it would show that contact Kyle Sexton status would be waiting 2 days for the next email, or waiting 1 day, or waiting 7 days. And so it would show all of that here if you ever want to go in there and just make sure that things are looking correct. In the builder, I want to show you also one other thing that we have put in here for all of these emails. We did add a system BCC, and the next thing I'm going to show you is where all of these things get determined so that you can edit them appropriately. Okay, so this is to give you confidence. So if you insert your email address in here, or info at, or membership at, or some sort of an alias general email box, you'll start to see these emails come through. And this is so that you can see and have confidence that your automation is running. So if you set this and you're not seeing these as you're moving people from in the membership pipeline to the joined column, then you may have a problem, and you'll want to get in touch with us so that we can help you determine what the problem is. So I'm just going to cancel right out of this. I'm going to take you over here to our custom values. And so to get here from workflows, you go back, and this is your main navigation bar on the left. We're going to go right down here to settings. We're going to click on settings, and then we're going to click on custom values. Okay, so custom values is going to take you to this page right here where you got all the values listed. Okay, so we've got about 44 custom values total in your ChamberSync account. When you see them the first time, it's going to show up with 20 here. Okay, we also have them organized by folder. So if you click on folder, you'll see we've got them broken down as the chamber. This is brand and universal brand custom values here. Enjoin, this is what we set up for you to get your Enjoin automations rolling for you. Then this is onboard, and this is pulse. And so these are specific custom values that have a universal impact across your ChamberSync marketing platform that you can change. So we're going to click on this one here, and you can see right down here that there are 11 custom values. The reason that's important is if this was 21 and it was showing 20, you would want to change this to something higher than that, okay? Because you would have some that were not visible. So this is where you would change and edit universally. So this is, rather than having to change it in this email and this email and this 7 different emails, we can change this to one at one time. And so you could grab the link to your directory and put it in here. So you could go to your website, copy that link to your directory, and paste it right here, and it might look something like that, or probably add something else, maybe search something like that. So copy the URL from your directory, paste it in here, and click update. Okay, and when it does that, what you just pasted there is going to save to the system, and it's going to automatically come to this field every time it wants to pull that. Okay, so onboarding staff, this is, if oftentimes the person who sells the membership is different than the member services, and so if that's the case, you'd want to have that other staff member here with the title, phone number, name, and email address, a link to the calendar specifically for your new member receptions. So if you could do a search in your calendar for whatever the name is of your new member reception or your onboarding program or luncheon that you do, and you would put the link to the calendar there. New member login link. Again, this is a login link from your website. Link to the directory is from your website. A link to join a committee if you've got a form that people fill out, or an information page that has all the different committees on it. If you don't have one, this is a great opportunity to create one. Insert that link there. Your advocacy link. This talks about your governmental affairs and business advocacy programs. And so these are all links that would go to more resources, because these resources are referenced throughout the onboarding process there. Okay, so policy committee, if you have a policy committee specifically, and it has its own, if it has its own page or an application to one, this is different than the advocacy link, but maybe it's the same link. Maybe it's the same link. If it is the same link, you would just put advocacy and policy committee links would be the same link if they are on the same page. Okay, and this referral link in here is specific to you, and we've got it set up right here as a kind of a dummy template, so that when you go in and edit, it would just be yourchamber.org or .com / refer a member with sync at the beginning. So it's simple to edit. We would, in most cases, we've already made that update for you there. Okay, so that's how custom values work with the workflows. And the other thing that I want to point out to you is that if you're like, gosh, we love the onboard thing, but we're not ready. It's going to take me a little bit to get to it, to customize it. In the meantime, we're going to turn this off. We're going to turn it over to draft, and that way it won't fire until you get in there and edit it. Once you do, though, I want you to come back here, and I want you to come back and go publish. That will turn it on and get you going, okay? So hopefully that gets you what you need in order to get started. If you get stuck at all, please email us, support@chambersync.com. Have a terrific rest of your day.